Hi, hello, it is me, your least favorite Drag Race content creator, Jer, here to talk about 13 queens that I would love to see on a theoretical all-winners, all-stars Drag Race. Now, 13 is a colossal number for a non-elimination season, but the way that I would love to see a all-winners 2 situation happen would be the first 5 or 6 episodes would be non-elim, where they're battling for badges. And then the last 5 or 6 episodes would be a continuous elimination format. Now, would all of the winners come back to do an elimination season? I don't know. But if they were given a stipend, and if they're all competing against the best of the best, maybe they wouldn't care as much if people got knocked off along the way. Plus, I just think it would be fun for the competition to see what would happen. A true, actual battle for the crown, the best of the best. And I think this would actually create some stakes rather than that silly little plunger or the scissors, which don't actually add any stakes or drama to the competition, in my opinion. So let's go through these, and I will give very light reasons why I would like to see them. Winner of All Stars 1, Chad Michaels. Chad is really leaning into her Dolly Levi era right now, where she's doing a lot of cosplay and a lot of celebrity impersonation and whatnot. And while I think that lane of drag is a little specific to the nightclub, I think it is super valid, and I would love to see what Chad would do with an increased budget and maybe not as many Hunger Games references. Winner of All Stars 2, I would love to see Alaska. Alaska, someone who I think should have maybe been cast for the very first All Winners, but considering that Jinx was there, I think it would have maybe created an unfair power dynamic. So this would be a really great time to see Alaska come back. I would absolutely see her as either the winner or the She Done Already Done Had Hers as winner. Winner of All Stars 6, I would love to see Kylie Sonique Love, one of my absolute favorite winners of all time from a season that nobody was sure what to expect from that cast. It was a bunch of wild card queens, and they all really turned it out that season. Kylie is that girl. She is fierce. She is fabulous. She is a 4-letter word that I can't say on YouTube because then I'll get demonetized again. And Kylie's just it. She is that queen that makes everybody's mouth drop and gag at what she does. And I think she would have that exact same effect on an all-winners season. I could absolutely see her demolishing the competition this time around, especially having a bigger budget to go in to that season. Winner of season 8, I would love to see Bob the Drag Queen. Again, one of those queens that I think people thought was going to be cast for the original All Winners, considering that Monet was there, but maybe it was for the best because it would have been really hard to determine between Jinx and Bob who was the definitive winner of all of those contestants. I mean, these are two queens that I think are at the top of their game and are the best of the best. I could see Bob winning this whole thing hands down. Winner of season 9, Sasha Valour. I love me some Sasha Valour. I think she is really incredible. She's such a conceptual performer. I think anything that she would deliver on the runway that season would be so mind-blowingly spectacular. People wouldn't know what to do with themselves seeing Sasha again. Sasha is just a powerhouse and can do literally everything. And so I would love to see what all of these years off of the show has done for her growth on camera and presenting, and her time on We're Here and all of that, I think would contribute to even greater star power than what she had before. Obviously, she's been doing a lot, as all these winners have, and so I've been keeping up with what she is currently doing, and that is flawless. I'm curious how that would translate to Drag Race. Winner of season 13, I would love to see Simone, one of my absolute favorite contestants, just because of how electrifying and magnetic Simone is. When you look at her, it's impossible to look at anybody else on the stage. Simone is just the most visually interesting person I think that's been on Drag Race because of that charm and charisma. I think about this lip sync during the roast of her season where she was just smiling and her lip quivers at one point during the lip sync. And in that moment, I got full body chills, and no drag performer has ever been able to make me feel full body chills because of the way that their mouth moved while they were lip syncing to something. Simone would devour. Winner of season 14, I would love to see Willow Pill. Willow is a fantastic lunatic, a absolute bonkers human being, and I think that drag is so fascinating. What they did on season 14 was so interesting and fun and really broke the mold in a way that we had not seen from many other people in the series other than maybe odd queens like Evie. And so I would love to see Willow come back and have another opportunity with a larger budget and a larger concept of who they are and a wider perspective of who their drag persona is in comparison to their real identity. I would love to see what that looked like now. And more importantly, I would love to hear RuPaul address her normally and not use that stupid Willow pill, because if I hear that even once if Willow gets on an all-star season, I am sending a lawsuit in that direction for pain and suffering and damages. Winner of season 1 of Canada's Drag Race, I would love to see Priyanka, another queen of We're Here, which would be a really fun storyline for her and Sasha to be together. I think Priyanka is funny and bombastic and charismatic and is just so memeable. That would be the one to watch on that season. I think Priyanka can pretty much do everything and would be a really fun one to watch as they went through the All-Stars season. And I'm curious where they would end up among a lot of these hard hitters, because I think Priyanka really could hold her own. Winner of season 3 of Canada's Drag Race, I would love to see Jezebel Lullaby. This is another one of my favorite winners from the Canada experience. Jezebel was someone that I pinned very early as being a top 4 contestant because she just has this air of confidence and regality that not a lot of queens have going into the show. Jezebel has this wind that carries behind her, both in challenges and in the runway. She's someone that just always has that momentum, and I think would be fun to see in front of RuPaul. In comparison to Priyanka, she's a very different kind of winner. She does everything, but in a different kind of way, so I'm curious how Ru would respond to a queen like that, but I think she would enjoy her. The winner of season 4 of UK, I would love to see Danny Beard. I know that people are gonna ask, well, where's Lawrence? Well, I think Lawrence would be the definitive winner of any all-winners season, and when Alaska and Bob are there, I want to be able to see them do what they do without getting the RuPaul favoritism, Lawrence Chaney treatment that so many others in that season also got. I mean, look at Bimini and OHara and Taste, who kind of got steamrolled by RuPaul's favoritism towards Lawrence. And it's not to say that Lawrence isn't good, Lawrence is great, but I want to see someone who is not a clear fan favorite of RuPaul. So that's why I want to see Danny Beard, because Danny is doing this alt type of drag that we do not see from the winners. Normally the winners are kind of homogenous with each other. They're very womana, they have a very specific look to their makeup, they don't really deviate too far from this formula. And Danny is doing this gender bending, masculine heavy, feminine heavy blend of drag that we just do not see, and I think that is so cool, and that this more alternative style of drag is something that needs to be represented more on the show, because it's what is happening in the nightclubs and in the drag sphere now. It's just not necessarily celebrated on TV, so I would want to see Danny for that reason. Winner of Drag Race Holland, the fan favorite to be seen in an all-winners season, is Envy Peru. Envy is a beautiful and talented queen who absolutely steamrolled that season because she is just that good. She would be the runway girl, and I think that seeing her drag, I think Ru would maybe have a different perspective on international drag. Imagine if Envy had been in that very first All Winners. I think it would have been an even cooler situation and experience rather than just having one international winner in the bunch. Winner of Canada's Drag Race versus the world, I would love to see Raja OHara. Now this might be a little bit of a controversial take because Raja is another American queen and there are a lot of American queens that have already been cast, but I think that Raja is it. I think that she is so intelligent when it comes to her fashion. I think that the way that she navigates Drag Race as a game is really fun to watch. And Raja's just so beautiful and is so resourceful and has a really stamped brand. I would like to see that among all of these other winners who have that same stamped brand, but Raja does it so differently. And being a versus the world winner, there is a different type of pressure that comes with that and a different legacy that comes with that. And I would like to see what that journey has looked like for them as they have navigated this sphere of winning, but in a different way than some of their peers have. And then finally, the winner of Drag Race Thailand Season 2, I would love to see Angeli Anung. 100% because Angeli is a beautiful and talented queen, really spectacular to watch. It was so fun that entire season and has such a beautiful and bright personality. I would love to see her again on TV after all these years and have a global stage. And I would hope that after all these years, RuPaul can actually say her name correctly and not call her Andale, because what the hell was that? This would be a fun group to watch, even though it's colossal. I'm curious how it would go. Let me know who you would like to see on an All Winners too, and I will see y'all in the flip. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to click that like button. And if you want to see more, hit subscribe. Goodbye.